over 20 years, and he has traveled across the ocean for this tournament to help plant the flag for Como here in the United States, and he is going to try and beat this man in goal, Brandon Miller, one of the best to ever do it in USL, former USL goalkeeper of the year with the Rochester Rhinos, the year he led them to a USL shutout record and a USL championship in 2015. He last played here in North Carolina in his hometown Charlotte with Charlotte Independence for 3 years at the USL level. And he's trying to lead his team against this Como side. This is a Como team filled almost exclusively of players coming up through the reserves, the youngest players at Como, both in the first team and in that reserve side. They do have a couple older names on the roster. The oldest, Steve Nash, two-time NBA MVP. He played in the first match for this team. We're hoping to see him back out there once again. And they are led by the captain of Como 1907's first team, Cesc Fabregas. A World Cup winner, 2 European championships. He's won FA Cups, La Ligas, Coupe de France, and everything else. And now he's trying to lead this young Como side to a TST win. Como in their all blue kits going right to left. Say word, and they're all black kits with the white numbers going left to right as these two teams face off on the second match of the group stage here at TST, the first ever TST soccer tournament, 7-on-7. 4 days. And the pot of gold is $1 million at the end, as you see the heavy support for Como. Coutron with the early cross, and it sneaks by. It was Gabrieloni crashing on that far post. Alessandro Gabrieloni, one of the other veteran players on this team at 28 years old. He had 4 goals in Serie B this year in 26 appearances. He and Coutron really the two senior players in this group. Most of the other players around 20 years old, many of them 18 or 19. To use this as an opportunity to break through to the first team. The foul will go against Brendan Lamb there. Lamb, 2 goals in the opening game, an Atlanta United Academy player. He is committed to head to UVA at the end of the summer. What an experience this will be when he steps on campus to say, yeah, I went toe-to-toe against Cesc Fabregas' side. Coutron with the shot! And he delivers! The Italian international, Patrick Coutron. He doesn't need more than one touch to get it done. And an ode to the fans who have come out for his team. An electric start here off the volley from Coutron. What a finisher he is. He takes it in stride. He doesn't need to shuffle his feet to gather himself. The moment that ball comes, he knows exactly what to do with it, and the technique is perfect. Reed Rouse floats that ball to the far side. A little bit too high for Kyle Broderick. The restart here to the feet of Broderick. You can see the presence of Salifou Diatta, the Gambian Youth International center forward. He's going to be a massive presence in the attack here. On the ball. Diego Ronco coming out to challenge him. Now, with the size of the goals on these fields, Diatta's height might be neutralized a little, but we've seen teams play off of big forwards as well. Diatta with the long strike, and he tries to match Coutron. He thought he got a deflection. Salifou Diatta, most recently playing with Oakland Roots the most exciting clubs in the USL. Previously had been with Stumptown as well. This team came together for Say Word with a lot of work. As this shot is blocked. So just to make this roster is a testament for these young players. Cutrone, the right-footed strike. And Brendan Miller was cool and calm about it. But off that deflection, I had no idea where it was going. What a special situation this is. We've got clubs from every corner of the world bringing together fans of this beautiful game from every corner of the world. We've got English fans out here right now to cheer on Wrexham on one field. We've got Italian fans out here to cheer on Como. We've got a number of North Carolina natives here with support. You've got Dortmund fans and everything else in between. This ball clipped over the top. Miller with the big save. A second opportunity for Gabriel Loney. And Brandon Miller stands up huge. Ball pulled back. That one will bounce out. Chance here to breathe off this electric start to this game. There's another long strike played in by Cutrone. He's calling his own number tonight. He knows his team is in a must-win situation. They led 2-0 against Wrexham. The way target score time works is you take the leading team's score, you add a goal, and the first team to reach that mark wins the game. So going in, the target score was 3. Como led 2-0. And the Wrexham Red Dragons scored 3 straight times to win 3-2. Como was dominating. They scored late in that second half. They scored early in the first half like they did here in this one. And not able to keep it. Lammy, he gets an opportunity and he equalizes. Brendan Lammy, the young man, gets his 3rd goal of the day. What a moment for the Apex, North Carolina native back in his home state. A ton of responsibility in that central area for Lammy. Committed to UVA in the fall. He's got 26 appearances for Atlanta United too. He used to play at this stadium for North Carolina FC's academy before he moved to Atlanta. And you can see the emotion for him off the goal. The lights are on. The crowd's behind these teams. An opportunity for Say Word to potentially lock themselves in to a spot in the next round on the road to $1 million with a win here, and you see what it means to these players. That one's flicked on. Jota with the header. The goalkeeper's in. Salih Fujata, the Gambian. I asked if his size would be neutralized playing on the small goal. He laughs in my face. The headed goal off the flick on. Unconventional. But he catches Bolkini off his line. So smart there from Jada just to head it down into the ground. At worst, you make it a tough save for the keeper. As this strike, and Brandon Miller steps up with the save. Don't talk about fatigue, the second game in a day for these two teams, and they are flying. Duchini off that shot has it knocked away. Odenthal gonna reset the attack. Odenthal, just 20 years old, but made 30 starts in Serie B this year. And Miller, you can see the frustration forced into these saves, but that's the way this game is played. It's a small field, everything's within shooting distance. And that time, it was Tremolata trying to double his tournament tally. Taken away. Alejandro Lopez looking for Jada. And Jada in between bodies flying all over him. Diego Ronco has a tough task tonight trying to deal with Jada. Tremolata able to pick that one up. Good work by Rouse. It's been a bright start to this one for Reed Rouse, but Brandon Lammy here. His shot, and he finds the corner! Are you kidding me? A star in the making. He's played 2 years in the lower divisions of Atlanta United 2. He's headed to one of the soccer powerhouses in UVA in the fall. And he might be going a little bit of a heavier bank account, as he looks like a player Sayward can ride through this tournament. That is against an experienced Italian Serie B goalkeeper. Lammy picks out his corner and just rifles that ball into that far post. Lammy circles it back around. This time, Bolkini able to get his hands on it. This has quieted the Como supporters a little. Their team re-inspired them. Coutron in the second minute brought the fans to life. Brendan Lammy said no. The big switch from Rouse. Olaluyi not able to bring that one under control. So Como now, for the second time in this tournament, they lose a lead, but now they've got plenty of time to get back in it. What a battle there with Coutron. Stepping forward with a powerful tackle is Ronco. Again, you talk about these young players. Alejandro Lopez playing at St. Elizabeth University. D2 college soccer, just going toe-to-toe with Patrick Coutron, who's played in the Premier League, in Serie A, in Champions League, for the Italian national team over the last 5 years. Como flowing forward again. This shot off the crossbar. Electric from Alessandro Gabrielloni. Coutron now, and he finds the corner again. Lock in for this one. It's target practice. You see what it means to him. and he's got the fans back up in song.
For TST are as follows. There is no slide tackling, no offside. We play 2 20-minute halves.
Como 1907. The Serie B side coming over the Atlantic in their all blue kits. Going right to left on your screen. An electric start from Patrick Coutron, the former Wolverhampton Wanderers signing. He's looking for a hat trick, and he hits the post with his left foot. You have to get close to this man. Do not give him space to shoot. Say word, a team built from the southeast of the United States. And Gabrieloni has done everything but score. Wearing the captain's armband in this one, Alessandro Gabrieloni, the 28-year-old out of Lecce, Italy. He's been with Como since 2018, coming up from Serie C.
And on field 4, we have an exciting second half ahead of us.
Olda, back to Gabrieloni. That shot pulled all the way wide. May have taken a deflection, or is Coutron just being a nice player and trying to get this ball for Miller? Now Brandon Miller's got 2 balls. Sort of what the game has looked like for him. He's made a few massive saves, but he's got to deal with the sniping ability of Patrick Coutron. Here's an opportunity for Say Word, and the save made this time. That was a big chance to push the lead to 2 once again. Coutron, you know he's shooting. The right-footed strike, he's got a hat trick! "16 minutes played. Patrick Coutron, the Como native. He came home to lead his team back to Serie A. It didn't work this year in league play, but he figured, I can carry my squad tonight. He's got a hat trick in the opening 16 minutes. You see the scores going on around us. An incredible end-to-end match. Hashtag United against Conrad and Beasley. We've got the Brazilian side, Gracie FC, against the FC Cincinnati alum on Natty SC. And the Wrexham Red Dragons putting the U.S. women's team to the sword. Say Word already knocked off the U.S. women. So for Say Word, at the worst, they will control their own destiny against the Red Dragons when they face off tomorrow, sitting on 3 points with a chance to equalize with the Red Dragons. But it could become risky. It could lead to some scoreboard watching. If they don't get the win here for Como, it is must-win territory. With that result, if they lose here, they would be eliminated already. It feels like Patrick Coutron doesn't need to be told that. He already knows with the way he's playing. Tremolata. He rolls it out wide. Interchange, and that one played to no one, and you can see Coutron's frustration. Como has been through their ups and downs in their existence. They're hoping to be on the verge of a golden period. This is a chance to spread their message, their name, their crest, their image just a little bit further across the Atlantic. You can already see the support they have with the lines of fans around this field and those supporters you can hear in the background. But a win at TST probably push that a little bit higher. Aguilar all the way back to Miller. Miller sprays it out wide. Rouse can't bring it down. Lammy comes back. He cleans it up. Palm trying to link up with a teammate. A restart here as we approach the final minute of regular time. 2 20-minute halves. That will take us to target score time where we will set a goal mark. And the first team to get there wins. I cannot imagine it will take very long with the way these two teams have scored here. This is their second game of the day, so maybe space opening up a little bit of fatigue, but it does not look like that. This game has been energetic. It's been fast-paced. We're ready. Cycles it around the back. Odenthal back to Moretti. Tremolato, he can't find that one. This one coming back towards his own goal. Now a chance here for Lipari. Lipari, and it's blocked by Rouse. What a first half here for Reed Rouse. Another player just 18 years old. He's already playing at the University of Lynchburg. Would not be surprised if he's not playing there for much longer. The quality of this young player. This might be the final kick of this first half. Tremolata, he scored in the opening game. He floats this one in. Only Aguilar there to see it out for Say Word. What a half we've seen. Cutrone in the second minute. Brandon Lammy in the 7th. Jada in the 8th. Lammy again in the 11th. And then Patrick Cutrone. His second and third goals in a span of 2 minutes. You can see Cesc Fabregas talking to his star player. The quality is there. Well, the focus and will be there as well. We've got all the action coming up here on the TST YouTube page in just a moment.
Checking into field number 5. That's the end of the first half. Your halftime score between Sayward FC and Como 1907. We are knotted up at 3 apiece. An exciting second half is sure to follow in just a few minutes. And on field 4, between NASC and Gracie FC, a great matchup. All tied at 1 apiece early in the second half. Fans on field number 3, that's the end of regulation. Your score, hashtag United 5, Conrad and Beasley United 3. We're heading to target score time. The target score will be 6. The first to get the 6 goals will win the match. And that is field number 3. And on field number 4, we are knotted up 1 apiece between Gracie FC and Natty FC. 28 minutes of play. And fans on field number 3, we're into target score time between Conrad Beasley United and hashtag United. The score at current is hashtag 5, Conrad 3, with the target score of 6. First team to 6 will win the match.
Como 1907. On the edge of Lake Como of Serie in Italy. A club that has existed in one form or another for over 100 years, but for the first time ever, they are playing in a 7v7 tournament here in the United States, and they're against Sayward FC. You better believe this has been a match to watch. 3 goals each here at halftime. It has been target practice for Como 1907, 11 shots, but the 2 big saves by Brandon Miller has kept this team in it. As we kick off the second half, Sayward, and they're all black kits with the white piping going right to left on your screens. Como, and the light blue to represent the waters of Lake Como, one of the most famous spots in all of Italy. But it's known for serenity and relaxation. Como 1907, something for the locals to have their passion around. We've seen what Venezia's been able to do in northern Italy. Como trying to do the same. They won't get there this year in Serie A action as they finish 13th. But this an opportunity to raise the profile of the club even higher, and you can see their star man Patrick Cutrone choosing to come here choosing to play and then putting this team on his back in the opening half. He sneaks by Coutron, though. And eventually the foul will go against Ronco. Looks like Ronco thought it was going to be in his favor. The battle with Diego Gifuni. Gifuni comes away with the restart. Brendan Lamy to start this second half for this Say Word side. Quentin Hurdle, the head coach, college soccer coach for a couple of these players at Guilford College, as Jada, his shot hits off the bottom of the wall. You have to wonder why the wall's jumping with a goal this small, but that's another conversation. Tyler Yates off the bench with a massive save for this Say Word squad. Brandon Miller, electric in the first half, even with the 3 goals he gave up. Yates forced into the early action. You can see his towering presence in goal. The opposite end of the spectrum, over 10 years younger than Miller. Can Yates keep things together here in this second half? Yates throws it out. The field for Aguilar. This one knocked out off of Lipari. Off of Aguilar in the end. So the restart for Como. No composure to that first half. All aggression and attack, mainly from that man Coutron, and almost the flick on off the shot. Duchini sneaking in on that far post. He's got 12 goals for Como's Academy this season, and he almost had his first of this tournament. Ronco now stepping up to the level, and the tackle from behind by Rouse. What a game for Rouse. The switch of the field for Aguilar, and his touch is too long. Immediately we're back the other way. There is no rest. Duchini off to Coutron. The layoff now, Coutron. His shot is blocked, and it'll be a corner kick. This will be a confirmation of some scores from the other fields. #United running away in the end. The 6-3 win over Conrad and Beasley United. Natty SC, the Cincinnati-based squad, right now leading 2-1 as they approach target score time. Reminder, at the 40-minute mark, we will enter target score time. At that point, we will add a goal to the total score of whichever team is winning. If we're tied, like in this circumstance, then it would be next goal wins. If not, you add 1 goal. The first team to reach that mark wins. But every 5 minutes of play until we get there, we pull a player off the field from the 2 squads, and we go down from 7v7 to 6v6 to 5v5 and so on. We have made it all the way down to 2v2 so far today. We have seen some wild finishes. Let's see if there's another one at play. It'd be shocking if there wasn't, with the way this game has started. The shot, it's off the post! Duchini, it didn't look like he had an angle. He turns on a dime, and he rattles that post. Aguilar has gotten a ton of possession here on this left side. Not a ton of support. This Como team has to be careful. Ronco emotionally has been on the edge here from almost the opening minute. Patrick Coutron, who spent time with Premier League side Wolves. More comfortable in English, coming over to talk to the referee. It's Rouse standing over this one. The right-footed shot, and it's pinged over that far post. I wouldn't put it past Reed Rouse to be able to bury that one with the way he's played. Jada from basically inside that say-word bench restarts play. I cannot find a teammate. With the way this tournament is set up, kickoffs are staggered across every 15 or so minutes. So the fans normally collecting around whichever game is in the most dramatic finish. But the fans have been around this one since before kickoff. Como's fans have been here. The goals exploded, and it brought everyone else. We are 3 or 4 deep across the field. This one headed back into the safe hands of the goalkeeper. And Duchini, he chases it down. He will put it out for a corner kick for his side. Lights are on here in the night session of day 1. Match 2 of this group stage. The top 2 teams from every 4-team group move on to the round of 16. We will have that round of 16 tomorrow evening as Coutron's shot strikes palm. Jada has it knocked away by Ronco. Jada now chasing. Clearance intercepted in midfield by Gifuni. Wasn't able to bring it down. Fortunate for Como. Back in the attack quickly. Rouse now comes in field. Palm. For the early ball towards Jada. Jada points at the goalkeeper, says, look how big this guy is. How am I supposed to go and win that as Yates? He's got a little bit of length as well he can use out there. Big switch of the field. Running substitutes in these games. So you do not have to wait for a stoppage. And that's why this young man, Brendan Lamy, was able to come back into this game. He's got 2 goals in the first half. He had 2 goals in the opening game against the U.S. women. He's one of the stars to watch under the watchful eyes of Cesc Fabregas there along the sideline. Lamy up the line for Rouse. These have been the 2 best performers so far. Rouse, though, out of position now. Alejandro Lopez forcing that deflection all the way back to his goalkeeper. Beautiful touch from Jada. Ronco comes over to defend, and Ronco has to be careful. He has elevated his game in this one, has Ronco, after losing the early battle to Jada on the 2nd goal in the air. Some players need that little bit of tension to play at their best. Some players, though, lose track of the game and get caught up in the battles. Ronco has to be careful here. Just 18 years old. Jada trying to lay it off. Beautiful footwork there. In the midfield. Moretti now recycles possession. Good work from Moretti. Tremolata. Early ball played in. Ronco, his header won't stay in play. Now a couple of running subs as Aguilar is off. So we've seen teams push players, high pressing, 3-4 minutes, rotate 4 or 5 guys out. We have seen teams consistently subbing 1 player every single time throughout the course of the game. And we've seen some teams pretty much just leave 7 or 8 guys out there. Right now, it feels like these two teams are pretty much sticking with their core group. So we've got a stoppage of time here. It looks like there's an injury back behind the play. So collision behind the ball. As you see, Tukini.
Field number 4, it's a Natty SC goal.
Just having a conversation. There is no one that likes to engage about refereeing more than Italian soccer fans. Referee. He's killed the clock here. We'll restart play off that injury. So Jada able to come off the field under his own weight. He will substitute now.
Number 5, an exciting match between Sayward FC.
Let's see if he's able to continue. That would be a massive loss for this team. Kyle Broderick coming on in his place. One of those players out of Guilford College. Currently plays his soccer here in the Raleigh area with Wake FC and USL2. The Greensboro native. Haven't seen Gabrieloni here in this second half, so he returns to play. As we are over midway through, there will be some added time because of that injury, and then we will have our target score time. So there's still plenty of soccer left to play in this one, and no matter what, we'll have a winner. There are no ties, and no game ends because of a clock. One of these teams will have to score once again to win it. And I don't think it'll be a problem. 6 goals in the first half between these two teams. Odenthal rolls that one out wide. The Dutch Youth International, Cass Odenthal, back on the ball. Now it's driven up the field. Around. Odenthal into the feet of Julio Maria. Odenthal once again. Say word. The first time in this half we've seen them sit in a little bit deeper. As this cross is played in, the header on the far post. It is picture perfect. Tremo Lotta has his second goal of the day. This time off the assist from Julio Maria. And what a moment for this Como team as they take the lead late in this second half. We have seen this game go back and forth. Say word, most definitely not out of this one. As they have a player down being cared after. Back behind the play, it looks like cramping in both legs. These teams kicked off this tournament today at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Each game takes a little over an hour. They came back here about 6 hours later to kick off their second game of the day. They will go to battle tomorrow at noon Eastern Time. For Como, it'll be against the U.S. women. For this Say Word side, it'll be against the Wrexham Red Dragons, who are currently on 6 points and first in the group. And it would be heartbreaking if they had to go through it without that man, Reed Rouse. Behind Lammy He may have been the best performer of the day. 18-year-old, currently at the University of Lynchburg. No knock on University of Lynchburg soccer. And if Reed Rouse can do this against a group of players currently playing in Serie B, he might be close to ready for that next level, whether it's in college soccer or beyond. That also means that this will force a change for Say Word. Raymond Brooks comes on. He will play right now on the left side. Palm will move over to the right side. As that pass is intercepted by Tremolata. We're starting to see a few more headed goals. Tremolata arriving at that far post. Jada's was a little bit of a quote-unquote fluke header. Headed it down from the top of the box into the ground to beat the goalkeeper, but still, it does show the threat that is there. With such a small field, it's hard to find lines to play through on the ground. Tremolata. His cross deflected. Yates comes out to take it. Now reminder, Say Word doesn't have to get all the way back on the score line in this regular time. They will have an opportunity in target score time. So in about 3 minutes, we will set the target score. 1 goal ahead of whichever team is leading, or the next goal if we're tied. But it looks like it's going to be Como. Tremolata makes it 2 on the night, his 3rd of the day. Nothing Yates can do about these two. What a match. Como went up 1-0. They went down 3-1, and now they are up 5-3 as we approach target score time. So Gabriel Loney taken off here. You have to wonder if Cesc Fabregas is going to use Patrick Cutrone for target score time, or if he's going to try and see out the rest of this match without him and save his legs for tomorrow against a team filled of U.S. Women World Cup winners.
In the 38th minute, scored by Marco Tremolata.
Odenthal now taking his time for Como. They're in no rush, but they might make their advantage 3 here. Yates with the save at the near post. He got his left knee in the way, and now Broderick comes back to support. A big save here from Yates. Brooks restarts play. All the way over to Aguilar. Now it bounces back down. Lipari sets up his teammate. And Duchini cannot believe he has not gotten a goal. Cutrone with a hat trick, Tremolata with 2. Duchini has had a number of chances, but yet to find the goal. Say Word right now, just hoping to get to target score time, only down 2. They are struggling to physically stay in this one. The gaps have opened up. Yates with a big save moments ago. He's kept it reasonable, but it was an electric first half. The 2 goals from Lammy. Just 2 elite moments of attacking play. The quality of Jada as well. But Lammy has in much more trouble in this second half getting on the ball as he is here. Jada back in play. Good to see him back on the field for Say Word. back heel there from Lopez. Jada to Brooks. Brooks can't find a teammate. Odenthal calm and composed as he has been throughout this second half. In the first half, Say Word knocked this Como team on their heels. But Como's been able to recover. Now reminder, Como 1907 led by 2 goals against the Wrexham Red Dragons into target score time in their previous match today. Wrexham scored 3 unanswered goals and won that game 3-2. So Como knows the danger that exists in this moment. And Say Word needs to know they still have an opportunity to get back in this one. This ball trying to chip the goalkeeper there, Bolkini. Trying to catch him off his line. Odenthal back to Bolkini. Bolkini beaten by Lammy. Just an electric strike for that 3rd goal of the first half as Lammy's closed down. Space down this right side. Lipari goes to work. His cross was deflected off the post. It was almost an own goal. Huge moments there. And that is our whistle. We are headed to target score time. Officially, the target score will be 6. The first team to reach 6 goals in this game will win. For Como, they're only 1 strike away. For Say Word, they need to score 3 unanswered goals. The first to hit 6 will get 3 points. They will move alongside Wrexham Red Dragons for a first place spot in this group. Every 5 minutes we play where we have not hit that target score, a player will be pulled off the field for the 2 teams. So we start at 7v7. If we play through 5 minutes, we move to 6v6. 5 more minutes, we move to 5v5, and so on. So if Say Word scores, we still have not hit that 6th goal. We pull players off the field. If they score again, and we still have not hit that 6th goal, we pull players off the field. The big question for this Como side is that are they going to do it the rest of the way without Patrick Coutron? He scored a hat trick in the first half. You see him talking to his team. He didn't play in the second half. Those socks are pulled down. I don't see shin guards on those legs. Shin guards at this point are optional in the game for this Say Word team. They know they've got goals in them. They scored 3 goals in a span of 4 minutes in the first half. 1 by that man, Jada. 2 by Brendan Lammy. Do they have a miracle in them? I talked about the danger for Como, and he is out on the field. Patrick Coutron, a first half hat trick, didn't play in the second half, and he returns in this one, and he puts an arm around the Say Word phenom. Respect game, recognizing game here. For Coutron, he scored in the 2nd minute and then 2 in a span of 3 minutes in the 14th and 16th minute. So a coin toss here, won by Say Word, as they will look to score the first goal and put the pressure on Como. The Wrexham Red Dragons scored on a long strike to open things up here in their game against Como. And all of a sudden, Como fell apart. They'll try and make sure it doesn't happen again. Cesc Fabregas playing his big guns in this one. He's got Gabrieloni on the field. He's got Coutron on the field as well. little confusion with that restart there. Coutron had drawn the foul, and the game had been started without the referee's play, as Coutron just strikes it on goal. With the field this size, he can score from anywhere. And he's trying to prove it every time he touches the ball. Quickly retaken. Jota with a chance, but it's blocked immediately by Odenthal. That was a good look there for Jota. A little more attack now with Lamy and Jota in the game together. Coutron, he was looking for Gabriellini. Lamb comes away. Aguilar can't find his feet. Brooks with the big clearance to get it out of pressure. Reminder, every 5 minutes we play in target score time. We pull a player off the field from both sides. Coutron for Gabrielloni. Patrick Coutron just looking for an opening to get a shot away. Tremolata will fancy his chances too, sitting on the edge of a hat trick as well. Odenthal recycles possession. You can tell, says Fabregas, didn't want to risk the red card to Diego Ronco. So Ronco has been taken off here just to protect himself and the team. Tremolata into Gabrielloni. Gabrielloni trying to turn. Gabrielloni thought he got taken down. No call made. Coutron steps forward. Coutrone steps forward. And his shot immediately hit off the legs of Lopez. Gabriellini, though, down in the box. Hearts in throats for Say Word as Yates makes a massive save. Brandon Miller in the first half, and now Tyler Yates, just 21 years old, here in this second half, under a barrage of pressure. Gabrielloni turns towards the end line, trying to set up Lopez. Good help defensively from Palm. Reminder, Reed Rouse, one of the stars for Say Word, off with cramping, has not been able to return. Lopez steps forward. He finds Lamy in a pocket of space. Lamy over to Aguilar. Aguilar was held up a little by the defender, and it was a smart play. Now Coutron off and running. Coutron and Yates with the save. Somehow Patrick Coutron not able to connect that time, and he cannot believe it. Lamy up towards Jota. Jota can't get back to his own flick on, and Tremolata will restart the attack. Gabrielloni coming inside. The collision with Palm, he goes down. And I don't think it'll be much of a surprise to assume Coutron's about to shoot this. His shot blocked by Lamy. We are on the verge of pulling a player off the field for these two teams. It has been quite a long time here in this target score time. Every 5 minutes means we go down a man. Coutron closed down by Brooks. Brooks comes away with the foul. Coutron complaining because Brooks took it as a kick-in instead of a free kick. I don't think that's the biggest problem in the game right now. That one off the back of Odenthal. Odenthal so focused on Jota. Now Odenthal trying to go end to end here. So I believe we are taking a man off the field for these two sides. So Brooks comes off, as does Moretti, and we are now playing 6v6. Gabrielloni. Coutron to finish it. Patrick Coutron, A first half hat trick, a target, score, and he wins it for Como 1907. The fans came out to support their stars. Como would have been headed home early if they were not able to find a win here. Patrick Coutron put the team on his shoulders. A goal in the second minute to open up play. His team went down 3-1. He stepped up with 2 goals in 3 minutes in the 14th and 16th minute to put his team ahead again. And now, in the target score time, after his team was terrorized in this position earlier today, he says not again. He seals the win for his team. What a performance from maybe the most talented player out here in Cary, North Carolina, Patrick Coutron. Well, the lights remain on. We've still got one more match to kick off here on Field 5 as the local squads. North Carolina will face off against the Raleigh Rebels for sole possession of first place in Group H, as those two stars have put on a show, and we've got more coming up for you. All your action here on TST's YouTube page.